Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll show you how you can combine Procreate to produce beautiful vectors that retain that lovely hand-drawn quality. So I'm using this reference photo and I'm just gonna start a new document on Procreate. And my document is size A4. Then in inking, I'm selecting the brush called Inka. I'm just going to stick to brushes that are native to Procreate, so you don't need to get any new brushes. Keeping an eye on my reference photo, I'm just going to loosely draw some petals of the beautiful lily flower. Then I'm going to bring down the opacity of that layer and make a new one. And draw some more petals. Bring the opacity of that layer down again, make a new layer above that. And I'm going to come up to drawing and choose a different brush. This time I'll choose one called Sticks. That's because I need something that's a little bit more scratchy, a little bit more dry looking. I'm just going to turn off the layer above so you can see what I'm doing better. This is for the texture that's going to be over the petals, and I need to be able to see through it to the color underneath. Don't worry, it will all make sense in a minute. I'm just going to turn these off and bring back the other set of petals, make a new layer above them, and build texture over that set of petals as well. I'm going to turn everything back on, just lowering the opacity, making a new layer, and I'm going to draw some more of the flower detail. Every element, remember, should go on its own new layer. Working this way, where we draw an element, bring down the opacity, and then draw more detail over the top of that, mimics how we use tracing paper in real life. I actually have another video where I show you this exact process called How to Vectorize Sketches in Illustrator. Okay, now I'm going to turn all of my layers back on and make sure the opacity is back to 100% on all of them. Your artwork will look like a completely crazy mess at this point, but trust the process. We're going to come up to this wrench icon and export it in PSD format. Here's the file I've just imported. I'm gonna right click on this and open with Illustrator. Make sure Convert Layers to Objects is ticked, and okay. Let's come over to Layers and see what's going on. You can see that every single element we've just drawn in Procreate is on its own little layer. We need to make sure they're all on one single layer. To do that, I'm going to come up here on the right-hand side. When you see this little square, it means you've selected whatever is on that layer, and we can drag one by one everything onto one single layer. This way, they're still stacked one on top of the other the way we've drawn them, but we don't need so many layers. So I'm just holding down Shift, selecting all of the empty layers and deleting them. The next step is to actually vectorize our sketch by image tracing it. To do that, select the element you wish to image trace, come up here, make sure it's black and white mode, ignore white, preview, and expand. And we're going to repeat this process with every single element we have here. Now, if you look at your layer panel here, you can see that we can actually turn off the elements that we've already vectorized, so we can see which ones still need image tracing. When we vectorize things using image trace, Illustrator automatically groups them together. Sometimes that's helpful, but here I know these elements are going to be different colors, so I need to ungroup them. I'm going to right-click, ungroup, and then select the elements that I do need to be together and group them by pressing Command-G on my keyboard. Okay, I'm done image tracing, and I've grouped everything that I expect to be the same color together, and I'm ready to come back to the layers panel and turn everything back on. Great, now let's bring in some color. I'm going to come up to File, click Place, and import the color palette I've prepared. Pressing I on your keyboard will bring up the eyedropper tool, and we can select each color individually and drag it into our swatches panel. Can get rid of that. Now that our colors are ready, we can have some fun and give everything color, starting with the background. Okay, as you can see, I've added a few more flowers to this design using the same process. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put it together into a little repeat pattern. I won't spend too much time on this. You will see this process in the next video. But for now, I just really wanted to let you see how many designs we can come up with using this simple set of motifs. And hopefully you were able to see that we could preserve this hand-sketched quality of our drawings. And this feels like a good time to remind you guys to subscribe and comment and share this video, all that good stuff. I really love and appreciate your support. I hope you stick around my channel, and I'll see you next time.